Hey YouTube, coming at you with what I'm calling my go-to Great League team for winning. And a couple things with this. Just because it's my go-to Great League team doesn't mean it should be your go-to Great League team for winning. Um, when you're building a team, there's sort of two things that you need to consider. The first is how strong are each individual Pokemon, and two, how comfortable are you using them? So let me just go how strong each individual Pokemon is, because for those of you who've been around since like the when I started my channel in like season like I don't know 7 probably, um, Kanto Ninetales was my mascot, and I joke about being the best Togedemaru player in the world. I was the best Kanto 9 players in the world because I was using Kanto Ninetales before anyone even recognized how strong it was. And then it became meta because of Trevenant and Walrein and stuff and Registeel, so it was really, really strong. And the people were like, oh, maybe we should use Kanto Ninetales, but by that time I had already mastered it, so I was always so good at it. So the first thing is um, using Pokemon that you are like comfortable with. So I'm comfortable with Togedemaru, I'm comfortable with Sableye, I'm comfortable with Whiscash. And that comes from playing all these for a very, very long time and playing them often. The second thing is, where's their place in the meta? You will notice that you have not seen Kanto Ninetales on this channel for, unfortunately, many, many seasons, and that is because it has no play in the current meta. The current meta is Whiscash, Quagsire, Poliwrath, Swampert. Um, Even in like Lickitung in those matchups, it's like evenish at best, right? So unfortunately, it doesn't have a lot of play now. So you do need to rely on Pokemon that are sort of meta, sort of strong. So Whiscash, Sableye, and again, I think Togedemaru is very, very strong. Um, if you can cover your sort of mud boys and stuff like that will just absolutely wall you. So this is my team. Let's look at, well, again, I did very well with this because I kind of know how to play with it. So good lead. Um, just going to go straight mud bomb. Not even going to over farm or anything. Just going to go straight mud bomb. This will do, yeah, well over 50%. So that's fine. You're going to outpace and out damage this thing. So you don't need to shield out the first one. I'm maybe worried about a catch here, but yeah, okay. So they do catch. I should have been more worried about a catch than, yeah. So that's a nice catch. I have to kind of stay in. I think what I tried to do there was catch an aerial ace because all they needed was an aerial ace to take me out. So I figured let's farm up and then they're going to try and throw the aerial ace. So again, this is Sableye. Sableye I've gone over in the behind the meta videos. Just how strong Sableye is with like the claws and the foul play combo and its stat product and everything. So basically in this one, I am just going to take it in the one shield, like take one shield and then go out of here. Knowing that I'm almost out of Scald, and I'm doing this because they are very unlikely to double shield a Gligar. Joke's on me. So now I'm gonna have to commit to this. Yeah. So I really thought they would let that go. I guess they have enough energy. They probably can get to another move now, and now they catch again. So great. Whew. Jeez, I should be less obvious when I'm throwing here. So they catch. I'm gonna have to farm up because I need a Scald for. I'm gonna try and catch here. I need a Scald for Gligar. So now it's gonna be an interesting one because they threw Thunderbolt. Nope, you gotta throw Surf because I am electric. I'm gonna shield. My Whiscash is already so low, it doesn't really matter. And it's got to move, so it's just basically CMP at this time. Get to 100 energy. And this is how you use Togedemaru. Wild Charge left and right here. For the Gligar, I'm probably throwing... Well, I'll probably farm up a little bit if Gligar comes back in. It has a lot of energy, so I don't know if I'll farm too much. And they try and catch, and I farm up again to 2. So I have 2 Wild Charges loaded. So goodbye you. I'm going to throw this. Goodbye you. And I farmed up to Scald. So if this doesn't take out, which it does almost basically take out, I would have had a move that I could maybe have sniped if I needed to. But get it off. Now I have the Scald to do it. So 2 really nice catches on my opponent. Beaten by the fact that I know how to use Togedemaru very well. So Lantern, good lead. I expect them to get out into a Venusaur. Again, I don't have an amazing answer for Venusaur. So I'm going to come in here. I can take 1. It's a non-shadow, so I could take 1. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. And now it is... I'm going to lose now because they can just shield and farm. The question is how many shields can I get from them? So there's 1. And I'm guessing... Oh, I can't even get to the second one, so that's unfortunate. Had I known that, I maybe would have shielded. and then try to outpace a little bit. Frenzy Plant, I can live, but again, this is one of those where I can throw and take this out, or just shield and farm to 2 wild charges. And I think that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to shield and farm to 2 wild charges, and they give up switch, which is kind of shocking. Maybe they're trying to catch a wild charge, or maybe they want to, like, they know they can chip with Surf and then get the Venusaur back on Whiscash. So one will take out here. No, well, sorry, won't take out here. I'm not going to throw it right away because I really don't want the Venusaur just to come in and Vine Whip me all the way down and come out with multiple moves. Plus, I want a Mud Bomb because a Mud Bomb is still neutral against Venusaur because Venusaur is half poison. So farming here, going to get this Mud Bomb to take out. I expect the Venusaur to come back in. I'm probably going to throw... I was going to say throw blindly, but the second you see that poison, I'm throwing. So throw. This will take out, and out comes the Sand Slash, right? It's neutral. It's half poison, half grass. So that neutralizes the Mud Bomb. Venusaur is very glassy. Get this Mud Bomb off. And now I'm at 2 wild charges. So back to back for the win here. So you'll notice, like, how I'm using these Pokemon. Like Togedemaru, I'm farming. Whiscash, I'm farming in certain situations. Sableye, I'm basically just trying to grab shields and stuff. Whiscash comes in. This is just a Mud Bomb because there's no way they can outpace me when I'm a Mud Shot ahead. So I know this Mud Bomb. I'm going to get the Scald off. Question is, do I need to leave? Because they have an Empoleon on the lead. So I can very easily stay in this and just Mud Bomb here. Stay in this matchup. I'm going to win this matchup. And then I can have alignment on Togedemaru in the back. I lowered their attack with Scald, so I may not feel the need to. But then I'm like, okay, that actually hurt a lot, and now I'm worried about a farm down. So I'm going to come in here. I know they're going to get 2 moves, so I'm just going to commit to the farm down. Shield a Scald, which will hurt from a Shadow. Farm up. Doesn't lower my attack, which is unfortunate. But if Empoleon comes back in, Empoleon's still pretty glassy, even if my attack is lowered for the Great League. So I've got to imagine that I'm going to be able to chip this low enough to take this out if I want to. This won't take it out, but I can shield and farm down if I really want to. We'll see how I'm feeling about what's in the back. So they shield. So once they shield, we see MP here. I assume I'll let this go and just come and farm with Togedemaru. And it's one of these, just shield, farm, come out with 2 wild charges. I think I may need, if it's something that resists me, I'm going to have to maybe triple wild charge it. Or this is why you have Whiscash still alive here. I'm going to wild charge and I'm going to reset probably immediately. Yeah. And I'm going to reset. I'm not worried about moves here because everything is resisted. So as long as I can get at least 1 more off here. Future Sight will, or even Moonblast will put me at 50%. Yeah. So I got to be a little worried about it, but get to the wild charge. Gonna CMP. Crest is pretty tanky, but I am pretty hard hitting. So there's that. Here comes the back-to-back wild charge for the win. Again, this is just, is Togedemaru the most amazing Pokemon in the world? No, I really, really know how to use this Pokemon in this meta. Typhlosion's a great lead. And they probably missed click there. I'm assuming they have Future Sight, so this is probably just Grass Knot. Yeah. So again, no rush. 1 foul play won't take out. Another Grass Knot's not going to take out. So I'm just going to commit to the farm down. Can they get to 3 Grass Knots? That's the only thing I'm a little worried about. Yes, they can. So I'm going to have to commit the shield because I really need alignment on the Whiscash there. I'm going to hope 1 Incinerate does not take me out, but it probably will. So I'm probably going to go down with some energy here. So I got 1 in, and I'm going straight for the return. And that's why. I was under the assumption that 1 would take me out. Had I known that 1 would not take me out, then I would not have done that. And then the game completely screws up because I should be winning. I should be throwing at 4, not at CMP 5. So that is BS that the game did not work properly there. So there, yep, same. That's the exact same thing that happened last time. I don't know why it worked last time, but didn't work this time. It worked this time, but not last time. We do take it out. Grass on the back. let the first frenzy go. Back-to-back wild charge for the win. So no rush at all here. Looks like we're going to CMP. Does not matter. I have the shield, so this will go off here, and then I'll go back-to-back. What do I have open? Okay, that's fine. I can see my microphone moving a bit, and I'm like, is that my breathing, or do I have something in the background on? I think it's just my breathing. Okay. Not great, right? Because you can't throw Scald here, so you can only throw a Mud Bomb. Shadow. These counters are going to add up. The Scald or Icy Wind is going to hurt. I may just let it go and use Sableye after, so it's just an Icy Wind. This is going to lower my attack enough that I'm not going to be able to take them out, and they may just get the farm down. So that's going to be a really rough situation if that's the case, because they're going to come out with energy. Yeah, they're going to have to throw now. Okay. So it does not quite take out, but it does put them in farm down range, so they have to throw. Just going to come Sableye. Get that claw advantage. Lantern, again, this is sort of evenish. You just kind of stay in this matchup, clawing and I tried to catch a Thunderbolt there. This is a risky play. I think, so I catch a Surf, which is not great, and it's a double fighter, so okay, that's unfortunate. I was either trying to do one of two things. I was reading that Sableye is again, these were earlier on the season, as you can see by the snow. So I was reading one of two things, that either there's something in the back that's going to beat me, like just wall me, that I need to try and draw it out now and then Sableye sweep here. Or I was just trying to catch and I miscaught it, and then they're going to be able to take advantage of that. I don't remember which one is which. So I'm trying to farm up a bit, and I lose CMP because, you know, I'm not counting and I don't know who wins CMP. So they get off a Night Slash, which is unfortunate. As you can see, I'm now trying to like undercharge a bit so I can maybe get a couple claws off. But by that point, they get to the move, so I'm going to lose. So kind of a tricky one anyways. I don't think I could outpace with the energy. Lantern and Annihilate are pretty tough in general, just because they're super bulky in meta. Yeah, you have to stay. So this is where bells should be going off in your head a little bit. So I lower their attack, which is nice. But I'm like, oh, if you have Skarmory, you probably have an answer to Lantern. Like, you may not have an answer to I mean, you have an answer. If you have an answer to Lantern, you have an answer to Togedemaru, unless it's like pure grass. But like, I'm reading that like they probably got me beat in the back. However, I grabbed the shields and they already Brave Birded. So at this point, I'm like, yeah, this is an easy farm down. But the question is, they're gonna get to another Brave Bird, and is it worth taking a Brave Bird? And I don't think so, because Brave Bird's still gonna do like 60%. So I'm shielding. I'll have 2 wild charges. They probably have a ground or some sort of answer to this. Yeah, that's not surprising. If you're running that, you have an answer to most likely Lantern, but Lantern and this has a lot of the same. So I'm still going to chip because it still does like 40%. And it puts it enough to put it in like Claw and Foul Play range. I'm going to shield because this is going to hurt from Shadow. And they have a second ground type Pokemon. So double ground in the back to deal with the Skarmory, to deal with the Lantern to a certain extent, or Electric. I will chip. One dig's not going to take me out, right? So if they throw the dig, it's not going to take me out. I will get another Foul Play off, and now I don't need to rush this because they're dry on energy. 2 Air Releases is probably the play there. And I take it out, which is huge, and I get another Foul Play off. This is just the power of this, and I'm going to come and snipe for the rest here, right? Total combo play. Looks like a nice short here for what was just working around an otherwise tough matchup. Speak about tough matchup, bad lead. I'm going to get out into Sableye. I think I have to take this move. So I take the Weather Ball, Zoom Roll. So even if I land a return, it's not going to matter. Abomasnow has chipped me low enough that I'm never going to outpace between the bubbles and ice beams here. So I let this go. I'm guessing Togekimaru is just going to come farm. So I can come out with like... I think the worry here was that this still has a ton of energy and a ton of health. And as you see, even like it's going to take 4 more boosted Thundershocks to take it out. So I don't think I could have taken it out without having to like... It's still going to take like 5 or 6 boosted. So I'm like, I probably get all my energy back anyways. And hello, Tentacruel. So I am boosted. This is going to be tricky though, because I'm going to go back to back here. And then if I reset the Abomasnow, it's just going to kill me. So I think I have to try that anyways, because I can chip with Scald. Powder Snow is neutral. I can chip with Scald. Obviously nowhere near enough taking it out. And not enough to farm down either. Like, sorry, to get like a second move off here. So I have to let this go. Again, Togekimaru is looking like a 2 wild charge win here. Potential. Ooh, what am I doing? I don't like this. What am I doing? Because I'm not going to Thundershock down anyways. This is really dumb. So I'm not going to be probably taken out here before I even get to it. No, you got to go 2 wild charges. I don't know what that was. That was pathetic. Don't do that. 2 wild charges. I'm the best player in the world. Let me just make this stupid mistake. No, don't do that. Double wild charge. Wild charge, even in resisted situations, is going to do like 50% to Abomasnow. So I would have easily taken it out. And I can go, and I would have won CMP against the Tentacruel because you're so attack heavy. So it's just farm to 2 moves, 2 wild charges, go back to back for the win. Really dumb. Really dumb. So this one is good. Wing attack is whatever. And then Earthquake will hurt, but if they try and bait me here, it puts me at a huge advantage. So I'm just going to let this go, and it is a bait, so that's nice. Can they get to an Earthquake after Night/Bait? Maybe, I don't know. Aerial Ace. Okay, so they are not even running Earthquake. They are running the double bait moves. So I get that off. Not enough to take out. I do lower their attack. I know it's just Aerial Ace at best, so I'm not worried about that, especially after I lower their attack. Flyer, I don't want to mess with the Mud Bombs, so I'm just going to take this out with Scald. And they shield, which is interesting. So at this point, I imagine I let this go and come and farm. And I may farm with Togekimaru, quite honestly. Yeah, single resisted, super effective against Flyer, double resisted by the ground. So single resisted, but just getting ahead on energy here, taking resisted moves here. No shield left. Umbreon, which is going to kill my Sableye. And 2 wild charges will not take this out because it is so tanky. So the question is, do I still reset anyways? I think so. I think this will put it into Claw. Yeah, this will put it in Claw and Foul Play range. Maybe even Claw range, even though it's resisted. So just come in here, take the move. It is Dark Pulse. And there's a Lantern. So as long as I get this off, that's fine. Because then it's just... This will put it in Wild Charge range. And then I just go to 2 Wild Charges and Wild Charge for the win. They're going to farm and throw right before. Smart, yeah. Maximize your energy. I will come in. This one I'm okay with because you have 2 options. You either just farm all the way and shield, or you just take it out right away knowing that you can have a shield for this. So that, like, if they're not going to throw ahead of time, if they were to throw ahead of time, I would have just shielded and farmed up. But because they didn't, and I knew they were below 50%, and I would one-shot, just taking it out, and then just 3 Thundershocks. 3 Thundershocked, 5 more Thundershocks needed to the next Wild Charge is far going to pace the 2 Dark Pulses that you would need on Umbreon to take me out. So, strong team for me. May not be a strong team for you, but I know how to use these Pokemon very well. Again, it's a pretty balanced team, so you don't need to go into Sableye unless it's like a grass or something that resists, like maybe a dragon that would resist, like an Altaria or something, where you just get killed by Whiscash, then you're going to say swap into Sableye. Otherwise, you're just kind of staying in with most stuff. But that is it. So stay tuned. Yeah, I'm going to try and shoot more of those videos just because I'm going to try and just going to try and do like 2 videos for maybe the entirety of the week just to try and get this channel a little back up where I want it. It's not if you saw my Twitter, it's not just my channel that's suffering, and it's not just GBL channels that are suffering. It's Poke Daxi's. Like Poke Daxi was a walking 140,000 for his tips and tricks of any event, and some of his tips and tricks videos didn't even make it past 100,000. So it's not just GBL that's hurting. I mean, these leagues and the repetitiveness and the boringness of not like, yeah, they change the meta, but they don't change the leagues. They don't change the mechanics of the game or anything. It's just, so it's a lot of just repetitiveness here with events that are just not good. No new Pokemon, very few shinies, very few PvP like relevant ones. So it's a down. And again, this is not new. I said this is the worst season, and then summer is going to be super, super hard. So I expect between like the June Dragon Community Day and the in-person Go Fest and the Global Go Fest, I expect summer to be great and go hard and interest in the game to rise back up. But this is kind of a downtime. So I'm going to try and pump out some of these. That's why I tried to do something different, right? I think it's interesting. Views are not reflecting on it, but again, everyone who is watching it seems to like the video. So go check out those behind the meta history. Maybe I'll change the name. I don't know. I don't know if it's a name. I don't know if it's just, yeah, whatever. I'll figure it out. Anyways, thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one.